I just feel like our show is so empowering in every aspect, and that's what we want viewers to take away from it.
We kind of get dropped into the world of where witches have escaped prosecution 300 years ago by signing a deal with the US government to fight on their front lines. So it's fantastical, but there's some really strong themes.
Yeah, I mean, initially right off the bat you see a total gender role reversal, which I think is what's really grabbed all of us at first look.
It's our world flipped upside down.
I think it's really like modern issues meets history, and they made a love child. It's very fantastical. I think that was a great word.
That kind of permission to just try and imagine a world where sex is seen as, because that's sex
celebrated.
And language, I would say.
You're not shamed. Finding
your voice, and it's all part of how we channel our energy and develop ourselves, the characters, and there's no shame around it. And that's beautiful.
We get power from it, actually. Our powers enhance. We want viewers to be empowered and to feel like their voices can be heard. So we're literally using our voices to be heard, because we sing everything we do. I also feel like, you know, that's us women wanting to be heard as well.
No matter what dangers we'll face, if we stick together, we'll make it through. I play Tally Craven. She's described on page as a living exclamation mark, which I thought was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool way to describe a character. She's very much like the truest believer of the cause, and she just wants to do good, and she knows that goodness is in her, and she wants to be part of something that's bigger than herself.
I play Raelle. When you first meet her, she's a very jaded cadet, loves to challenge authority. Her mom passed away in the army a year beforehand, so she's walking with this very heavy grief.
I am Abigail Bellwether. I am a queen bee alpha, just like an alpha here. That's why we get into it. You know, the Bellwether name is something across Fort Salem that's just iconic, I would say. I cannot fail. If a bellwether failed, no bellwether has failed. So not only am I looking for acceptance from an outside source, but I feel like internally as well. She's very insecure, I would say, which is why she puts on that tough girl persona.
You bring that very strong physical capability. You bring that team strategy, what allows us to truly utilize all of our capabilities.
It's life and death out there. You think I don't know that?
We're not portraying the typical Halloween version of the cackling crone or the you know, the temptress who's fornicating with the devil. It's very much more of going back to a far more ancient divinity,
but
it's also not just a restorative, nurturing force. It's also destructive, and so that's also that just allows us to go into exploring female rage. Do not touch me. When I read the pilot, I walked away with one question of going, where's men? Because you're just like page after page, you're not like seeing you going, is this world just void of men? Or
I think a lot of the audience is questioning that too. You know, they're like, are there male witches?
Right.
Are there men in the show?
So how much can we say about that? I'm not sure.
There is a male presence.
There is
introduced. Definitely.
It can be civilians. It can maybe not be civilians. You never know.
I want to show you something beautiful.
What would life be without romance and love?
Can you count on one hand how many you go through?
So, Abigail's a little bit of a man-eater. Yeah, I definitely, I have a plethora of men.
Cornucopia.
Yeah.
Well, Tally's the virgin, so she's, and I think that's one of the facts that you get from the very beginning of the show. So you know that a lot of lessons are going to come down.
Well, I mean, we're missing a lot of the girls here today. One of them being Amalia, which my character, her
love interest.
She plays my love interest. So she plays Scylla, the love interest to Raelle. Initially meeting her, our chemistry was incredibly organic. I got really lucky that way. So for me, it's one of my favorite things about my character arc this season. I think. I like to hope that everyone's really excited to see where it leads, and don't latch on to any Easter eggs that are left throughout the series, because you're wrong and
you
where
were
you
so
think
wrong.
you're going.
You know, we were wrong.
It's unpredictable. You don't really know where the show is going.
You really don't.
You are surprised, and how many times in life were you surprised? I don't know.
It really threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was like, I knew it, and I was like, I had no idea. But I like to tell myself that I was like, yeah, I totally saw that coming.
Oh, We laughed, we cried.
Oh, reading the finale?
Yeah.
We were all bawling at the table, sharing a box of Cartem's donuts.
Yes.
We're just crying into the box of donuts.